everyone, welcome to the session. So in this session I am going to discuss about KNN algorithm, that is your K nearest neighbor. So in the total session I am going to discuss what is KNN algorithm, how does it work, and the most important, how to choose the K value of the KNN algorithm, and in the last I am going to implement it. So here you can see there are two classes, that is class apple and class orange. Okay, there are 50 numbers of apple and 50 numbers of orange, and a new object came over here. And the machine, the algo, has to decide that the new object belongs to your, that is your apple or your orange. So what the algo will do, as this is your K nearest neighbor, so it will calculate the distance of your K nearest neighbor, and here I am taking K is equal to 5, here I am taking K is equal to 5, so the algo will calculate the distance between the new object and 5 nearest neighbors. So here you can see that the algorithm has calculated the distance between your 5 nearest neighbor, and the distance will be calculated by which formula? It will be calculated by your Euclidean distance formula, by most commonly used your Euclidean distance formula. So what is the formula? ED is equal to your square root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. So this x2 and y2 is your new object, this x2 and y2 is the coordinate of your new object. Suppose the coordinate of new object is like 10 and 11. So x2, y2 will always be 10 and 11. For 5 times it will calculate a 5 distance, because 5 nearest neighbor. So this will remain always your 10 and 11. Okay. And this x1, y1 is the coordinate of your 5 nearest neighbor. Okay. Let this coordinate is 2, 3, 3, 3, your 4, 5. Okay, 5, 5 and your 5, 6. Okay, so this x1, y1 value will change for 5 times. For the first time it will be your 2, 3. Okay, second time it will be 3, 3, then 4, 3, and so on. Okay, and 5 number of distance it will calculate. Okay, 5 number of Euclidean distance it will calculate. After calculating the distance, what it will do? Now it will vote. It will go for vote. What it will vote? Now here I have taken K equal to 5. Okay, after that you can see there are 2 nearest neighbor belongs to your apple class. Okay, so K is divided into 2 apple. The vote is for 2 apple, and 3 is your 3 nearest neighbor belongs to your orange class. So 3 orange. So it will go for your voting, and which one wins? The majority is from 2 and 3. Which one wins? The majority is orange, so your orange wins, and this new object belongs to your orange class. This is nothing but your orange. So in this way the algorithm decides that a new object belongs to which class. Okay, this is the way. After this, the most important part is how to go for a K, how to choose a K value. Here I have assumed the K value is equal to 5. But in really, when you have to implement, then you have to go for a appropriate absolute K value to determine, because you need your accuracy rate to be too high. Okay, agar K value, if the K value will be inappropriate, then there will be less accuracy rate. For a good accuracy rate, you have to choose a appropriate absolute K value. For that, what you have to do, now you have to write some chunk of codes. This is a chunk of codes which I have written. The most common you used to say that K should be root over of n. Okay, so here it is 100, so root over of 100 is equal to 10. This is the common way. But for accuracy, if you want absolute K value, then you have to go for this chunk of code. So what is this chunk of code is in Python, so I am explaining it. So first of all, I have taken an error rate. This is a least variable in Python. This is a least variable I have taken in Python. Okay. After that, I have taken a for loop. This is a for loop for I in range of 1 to 40. Okay, it will iterate, it will ignore the last value, and it will iterate for 39 times. Okay, inside the for loop, these 4 lines of coding I have written. Okay, these 4 lines of coding will loop for your 39 times. Okay, so what is that? Is KNN is equal to, KNN variable is equal to K neighbor classifier, and in the parameter I have written n neighbor equal to I. So each time the loop will iterate, I value will be changed, that is 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 39. Okay, so k value, first of all it will take k value 1, then 2, then 3, and 1 to 39 it will take from 1 to 39 k value, from 1 range to 39 k value, and it will go for, it will check the accuracy rate of the algorithm. When the accuracy rate of the algorithm is too high and the error rate is minimum. Okay, so after that what I have to do, now kn dot fit x10 y10, I have to fit the knn function, k neighbors classifier. I have to fit means I have to train the k neighbor classifier. After training I have to predict. After providing training, next step is to predict. I mean, after giving training, the algorithm will decide, give you the prediction that the new object belongs to which category. So here is the x test is nothing but the question. X test is nothing but the question given to the KNN algorithm. The question given to the algorithm, or here you can say apple or orange will come, and the algorithm will predict that the apple, it is the apple or it is the orange. It will predict in this variable that it is an apple or it is an orange. After that, next is error rate dot append. Okay, what it will append? NP dot mean. Mean it will append. Whose mean it will append? When prediction double I not equal to y test. When prediction will not equal to y test, its mean it will append. So what is y test? Y test is nothing but the list of the correct answers. In y test the correct answers is present. Suppose this is the orange. Suppose this is the orange, and the algorithm also predicted that this is the orange. Okay, so the prediction is correct in respect to your correct answer list, so it will well and good. But suppose this is the orange, but the algo predict that this is an apple. So यहाँ पे क्या हुआ ना, prediction गलत हो गया. जब prediction गलत हो गया, what it will do, when pred I is not equal to your y test, here the pred I is not equal to your y test, so it will append the mean value into your error list. It will append the mean value into your error list. So this loop will iterate for 39 times, and when there will be error, it will append it to your error list. So in this way the whole algorithm works. Okay, after that the next step is, after predicting the error rate, the next step is to visualize. Okay, we should also know that when there is a minimum error, when there is a maximum error. So for that, here I have drawn a graph. A graph is drawn. Okay, in the graph, what x-axis is your k value, this y-axis is your error rate. Y-axis is your error rate, and when the k value, here you can see a graph, right? When the k value is 1, the error rate is over here. When it is 2, the error rate is over here. And when the k value is 3, the error rate is over here. Okay. And when the k value is, I think 15 or 16, the error rate is over here. I mean the error rate is minimum. Okay, after this the error rate suddenly increase and it never come down. So by visualizing the graph, you can see that the error rate is more when k is equal to 1. Here the error rate is also more when k equal to 2, but the error rate is minimum when k is equal to 3, and it remains minimum until 15 or 16. So by visualizing the graph, you can know that I have to keep my k value. K can be 3. I can keep my k value 3, or up to 15 I can keep. The minimum is 3 and the maximum is 15, 16 I can keep. So this is the whole process of the KNN algorithm. So in the last part, I will implement the algorithm in your Python. So you can visualize the total implementation in Python over here. You can visualize it. Okay. So first of all, what you have to do, now you have to import the important libraries in Python, like your Matplotlib, Seaborn, Pandas, NumPy you have to import. After that, what you have to do, now you have to import your data set. Okay, and this coding I am importing my iris dataset. Okay, so from sklearn.datasets I am loading my iris dataset. After importing that, my next step is, suppose I want to visualize my datasets. Okay, so what I have to do, I have to make use of my, here I am making use of my Seaborn library function. Okay, I am loading the dataset and I am writing the coding that iris.head, so it is displaying my dataset. So the dataset contains 150 rows and 5 columns. okay, 150 rows and 5 columns. And this is the data set of iris. So basically what is iris? Iris is actually a flower, okay. And what is the task of the algo? The task of the algo to determine the species of the flower. And the iris have 3 types of species. Iris have 3 types of species, that is setosa, virginica and versicolor. And the algo has to decide that if I will input the flower, the algorithm has to decide that the flower belongs to which species, okay. So there are 150 flowers and 5 columns, that is your petal length, sepal length and petal width, sepal width, and the last column is your species. So next step is to go for scaling of the data. So what scaling I need to do? So I need to drop my species column. If I write species and axis is equal to 1, then the algo will understand that I have to drop a column, and which column? The species column. Next is I have to transform the algo, I have to make a new data set by dropping my species column, okay. This will be a transform data set, and after that I have to go for splitting the data set into training and testing. I have to import train, test, split, and I have to split the data set. So here you can visualize that test size is 0.30. Test size is 0.30. So 70% of the data are kept for your training and 30% for your testing, okay. So after doing this, I have to import my k-neighbors classifier algo, and I have to train the algo. So I have to do the knn.fit. I have to fit the function with xtrain, ytrain, and I have to train the algo. After giving training, I have to train the algo with 70% of data. After giving training, I have to see my prediction, that after training what my algo is predicting. So after training, next step is to predict the correct species. So in the X test, we are inputting some petal length, sepal length, we are inputting, and the algo has to, KNN algo has to predict that the iris flower belongs to which species, and the prediction will be kept in your pred variable, okay. So this is whole about your KNN algorithm. After that, next is if you want to go for choosing your absolute k value, okay. Here you can, I have taken, first of all I have taken k is equal to 1, okay. But if I want to go for an absolute k value, then next step is to I have to write the chunk of codes to choose an absolute k value, which already I have explained. So after writing the lines of code for your choosing absolute k value, if you want to see the output in a form of graph, you have to again write some piece of coding. For that I have make use of my matplotlib library function, and I have plotted the graph, okay. So in plt.plot I have taken the range from 1 to 40, and in y-axis I have taken the error rate and some styling I have done. Then after that you can see the the graph will displayed in this form. The graph will be displayed in this form, okay. So this is your all about your KNN algo, okay. अगर वीडियो अच्छा लगा तो वीडियो लाइक कर दीजिए, शेयर कर दीजिए, एंड हाँ, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करना ना भूलिए. थैंक यू, थैंक्स फॉर वॉचिंग.